Hello Internet! It's nearly June, which means not E3 season is upon us once more. The season of new game reveals, trailers, announcements, big surprises, and probably a few disappointments. Like every year, I'm chugging that hopium and there's a fair few things I'm hoping to see. So without wasting any more time, here's my personal wish list. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. My clown makeup is at the ready. I mean, surely it's going to be at least one of these events. I mean, there's a world in which it isn't, and I'll have a video about that coming in the next couple of days. But we're on the hopium train here, so let's take a big old swig of the purest hopium because surely it's time. Where though? This is a tricky one. We don't really know the specifics of Sony's exclusivity deal regarding Re-Trilogy, so it could go either way as to whether Part 3 shows up at Sony's State of Play or Summer Games Fest itself. Or maybe even a both. Surely that's not too much to ask for. Is it? The Witcher 4. We haven't seen hide nor hair of The Witcher 4 since the Game Awards in 2024. CD Projekt Red have been keen to stress that they have put measures in place to avoid the pitfalls that Cyberpunk 2077 ran into during development. So assuming development has been progressing at a steady pace, I'm hoping when we hear that we're primed to see more of The Witcher 4 this year. Where though? Well, if it's going to be during this not E3 season, then Summer Games Fest seems like the most likely place. Although, it opened the Game Awards back in 2024, so maybe it will close Summer Games Fest this year. Or maybe it won't even be until the Game Awards. Either way, I want to see more. Persona 4 Revival. It's been a year since we've seen anything regarding Persona 4 Revival. A leaked Funko Pop release schedule suggests that the game is targeting an early 2027 launch, so not E3 season is the perfect opportunity to begin ramping up the marketing. Persona 4 Golden is my favourite Persona game, and I know that makes me basic, but it is what it is. That being said, I really like Persona 3 Reload and the quality of life changes it brought, though I'm still salty we never got the female protagonist version. All this being said, I'm excited to see what Atlus does with Persona 4 Revival and what changes they're going to make. Now, where could we expect it to appear? Well, given the recent track record of Atlus titles being revealed at Xbox events, I expect we'll see a new trailer at the Xbox Game Showcase. Persona 6. Yep, you heard me. While I expect Persona 4 Revival is a given, 2026 is also the 30th anniversary of the Persona franchise, and we've heard hardly anything in the way of official news regarding Persona 6 in honestly what feels like an eternity now. I mean, can you believe it's been nearly 10 years since Persona 5 originally released in Japan? So let's take a big huff of hopium and say that this not E3 season will be it. The time, the moment where we finally get to see Persona 6 for the first time. Much like Persona 4 Revival, if Persona 6 is going to show up anywhere, my guess would be for it to appear at the Xbox Game Showcase. That being said, there's fever pitch anticipation for Persona 6 at this point, so maybe they'll go big and it'll be a surprise reveal during Summer Games Fest. Intergalactic. Much like The Witcher 4, it's been a hot minute since we've heard anything regarding Intergalactic. Being Naughty Dog's first new IP in well over a decade, I'm very intrigued to see where they're going with this, and more importantly how it turns out. At the moment I'm loving the pseudo 80s aesthetic, and Naughty Dog generally always deliver stellar, pardon the pun, experiences, so I want to see and know more. Where? Well, honestly, I think the PlayStation State of Play makes the most sense for this one. But after all, this did close the Game Awards back in 2024. So, maybe Summer Games Fest, who knows. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Remaster. There are 4 video game franchises that I'm ride or die for. Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, World of Warcraft, and The Legend of Zelda. Ocarina of Time was the first Zelda game I ever played, and while it's not my favourite, I still have very fond memories of it. I enjoyed reliving the legend with the 3DS remaster, and I'm hoping that the long-rumoured Switch 2 remake is true. So on my list of hopium, I hope that this is just more than a one-for-one graphical remake of the original, I'd love to see some of the Master Quest alternate dungeon layouts be incorporated into the main game, and maybe even things like the stamina system from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom for climbing. Just please, no weapon durability. Please. Perhaps this is also the opportunity to expand the lore a bit more and codify Ocarina's place in the canon, and maybe even add something new. I mean, we've long heard rumours that the Temple of Light was cut from the original version, so surely a celebratory remaster like this is the perfect opportunity to re-add it. As for where this will be revealed, a Nintendo Direct is the obvious no-brainer here. Nintendo generally do their own reveals, and occasionally they have a sizzle reel at Summer Games Fest, but honestly, a remake of one of the most critically acclaimed games of all time is likely to draw attention regardless of where it's shown, but a Nintendo Direct seems like the most likely.
Resident Evil.
Or maybe that should be Resident Evils, because there's two things I'm hoping to see on the Resident Evil front. The first will be a teaser for the story expansion for Resident Evil Requiem. Requiem is currently one of my top games of the year so far, and I imagine work on the story DLC started before the game was even released, so perhaps we might get our first teaser, and failing that, a Mercenaries mode reveal. Please? The other thing I'm hoping for is the reveal of the long-rumoured Resident Evil Code Veronica remake. Code Veronica is for me what I'd call the last of the quote-unquote classic Resident Evil games, and despite being incredibly cheesy at times, and featuring one of the most annoying characters in the entire franchise, I have a huge soft spot for it. According to the rumours, the core team behind the amazing Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4 remakes are the ones working on Code Veronica, which honestly gives me a huge amount of hype. Both of those remakes were absolutely incredible, so my hopes are high for the Code Veronica remake. As for where we'd see either or both of these reveals, I think it's definitely going to be during Summer Games Fest. I mean, after all, Keighley loves himself some Capcom. Kingdom Hearts 4. I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real or not? Was Kingdom Hearts 4 ever actually announced? Did we collectively imagine it? Is it real? Or are we all just in a Nomura fever dream? Is Kingdom Hearts 4 really no more? Okay, I'll get my code, of course not. I mean, surely it's real, right? Right? Maybe. But I'm chugging that hopium. I'm gonna say we will see Kingdom Hearts 4 at Summer Games Fest. There, it's on record. The clown makeup is fully on. Let's go. The DUSKBLOODS. Another game it's been more than a hot minute since we've heard anything on is the DUSKBLOODS. This game came out of absolutely nowhere as a surprise Switch 2 exclusive, and From Software have gone on record to say that both the DUSKBLOODS and the Switch 2 port of Elden Ring are still on track for 2026. While at the risk of being cancelled, I'm not the biggest From Soft fan. I'm firmly in my young years and gravitate towards less punishing experiences, but for some reason the DUSKBLOODS has really grabbed my interest. As for where I'd see it, well, this is the type of title I imagine Keighley and his crew will be clamouring to have, so I expect we'll see more during the Summer Games Fest broadcast. Sony's IPs. It's been a very long time since we've seen movements in many of Sony's staple IPs from the PS2, PS3 and even PS4 eras. You know, the likes of Infamous, Sly Cooper, Ape Escape, heck, going back even further, Siphon Filter and Medieval. I've heard recently that Sony is looking to go back to its classic IPs after, well, let's be honest, the gigantic misstep that has been chasing live service. Perhaps it's still too early to see anything on this front, but if it's going to be anywhere, the Sony State of Play is where we might get one surprise reveal in this area. I mean, even if it's nothing more than an in-development type tease, there'll still be something to be excited for. A new NIER. Another franchise we haven't heard anything from in a very long time. I mean, if you disregard the many crossover events in other games, is NIER. Hopefully the mad lad that is Yoko Taro has been cooking up another feast and is ready to serve. A surprise Summer Games Fest reveal maybe? Here's hoping. Confirmed games. There's already been some titles confirmed to be present at either the State of Play or Xbox Game Showcases that I'm quite excited for as well. Wolverine will be headlining the State of Play. I'm definitely ready to see more gameplay and details to really get a feel of what this title is going to be. I've enjoyed all the Spider-Man games, but I'm hoping this isn't just going to essentially be a Spider-Man game with a Wolverine skin on, and that it really sets itself apart. So yep, looking forward to seeing more of the State of Play. And on the Xbox side we have Fable. I really adore the Fable franchise. Fable 3 got me through a brutal month of night shift one winter, and well, being a Brit, I have a bit of a thing for the very British humour in Fable. I'm really looking forward to seeing more Playground Games' take on Fable. Forza Horizon 6 has recently been a smash hit for them, and if they can deliver on Fable as well, it'll really cement them as a AAA powerhouse. Also on the Xbox side we'll be seeing more of Gears of War E-Day. Now I know this is quite a departure from the style of most of the other games I've mentioned so far, or maybe apart from Wolverine, but you know, sometimes there's just something about being a big burly dude with a big burly gun, going on a rampage and shooting big burly locust horde in the face. Sign me up! So there's my personal wish list and hopes and dreams. I'll be live streaming my reactions to Summer Games Fest, and maybe the State of Play 2, and maybe even the Xbox Game Showcase. Life is kind of busy at the moment, so we'll see how many we can get in, but definitely Summer Games Fest. But anyway, enough from me. I'm curious, and well, honestly I need to farm your engagement to sate the algorithm as well. So, what are you hoping to see this not E3 season? What do you think the big unexpected surprises might be? Hop into that comment section and let me know. Okay, bye!